What's up, YouTube? It's your boy JB, aka the King of Soul, and today we got some Jordan 13s to look at. The Air Jordan 13 Retro. This is the Bred colorway. Before we get into the review, do me a favor. Make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel. If you do dig the content, also hit that share button. Now, these videos that we do on this channel are strictly for review purposes, so if you do happen to have any questions or comments, definitely feel free to drop those down below. But without further ado, we're going to go ahead and get into the review. So this Air Jordan 13 release, it did come in this all silverish gray box. You do have the, circle indentation there, smack dead in the middle with the Air Jordan Jumpman logo there in red. And then pretty much throughout the entire packaging, it is all silver, nothing really too much to note. The bottom portion of the box doesn't really have too much going on, no Nike or Jordan branding. It just has the Jumpman branding here, and not branding, but copyright information here. And for those that do care about that, there you go. Now the box label on the sneaker does read Air Jordan 13 Retro. The colorway says black, true red, and then white. In this box, it is kind of one of those, swing, box lids. And then for the most part, nothing really too notable about the packaging. From up underneath, you do actually have this white tissue paper here. And then from there, you're running right into the sneaker itself. Now, this Air Jordan 13 sneaker has been retroed a few times out of the Air Jordan 13 Retro Silhouette. This happens to be my favorite, color way. Just felt like, the all black approach, and then the hits of the red suede going, throughout the sneaker itself. The concept of the sneaker is supposed to be, I guess, one of Michael Jordan's nickname was a black cat. So hence it being a Black Panther or something like that. But at the end of the day, it is kind of patent, of a, Black Panther, so to speak, because even with the Panther eye that you do have here on the lateral side of the sneaker, that was one of the things that was kind of one of the things that stood out the most with this sneaker release here. The sneaker itself is pretty much composed of, black leather, this nylon mesh material, and then suede. But there you go, man. Air Jordan 13 Retro. Let's take a look at it. And this is the Bred colorway. So we're gonna take a look at the right sneaker like always. The sneaker does look just like any other Air Jordan 13 sneaker. So on the lateral side, you do have this black shroud here. This shroud is composed of this nylon mesh material. And depending on how the light hits on this sneaker, you will actually see there is hits of some 3M, so it does kind of give that reflective kind of look here. You do have hits of the red suede going towards the back portion, and then hanging across the the midsole area here. And then there are these black rubber pods here up underneath, going towards the bottom of the sneaker. And then you do have a hit of that black leather going towards the front toe box area. Other than that, that's pretty much it. The only thing that's most notable again is that Panther's eye, and you do have the Jumpman logo smack dead in the middle, and you do have Jordan's number 23. Swinging things over towards the front toe box area. So on the front portion of the shoe, the toe box area is composed of this heavy tumble black leather. Now from the touch, nothing really too much to brag about as far as the quality of the leather. Just comparing this sneaker to other Air Jordan sneakers that I have reviewed, it doesn't really feel it's too premium, but at the end of the day, it gets the job done. So you do have this heavy tumble black leather toe box. You do have more of that black nylon mesh with the 3M going towards the medial side of the sneaker. Now the sneaker itself did come pre-laced, and they did give us these black rope laces going towards the upper portion of the toe box. You do have this black tag, and it does have Jordan there in white text. Behind it, it does actually have the Roman numeral 13. I'm gonna try to get that on the camera. in white. So you do have the Roman numeral 13 up underneath the tag there. So that's there. The tongue of the sneaker is like, when this suede material. Now it is perforated. So you do have like, holes punched throughout the entire tongue except for like the upper portion of the tongue. But the upper portion of the tongue itself is in this all black suede material. And then you do have the red Jumpman logo right there stitched smack dead center. And then they do have like, this lace loop here that is this way, so you can kind of run like, your laces through there. Other than that, that's pretty much it going, for the tongue. The sock liner of the sneaker is all black. The back of the tongue itself is all black. Nothing really, there other than like the sizing tag there on the back of the tongue. But then switching things over, going towards the medial side of the sneaker, pretty consistent with most Air Jordan 13. So like with this one, you do have this hit of red suede going throughout the entire, bottom portion and upper portion of the sneaker here. And you do have this black mesh material. Again, you do have the hit of 3M, so it is like, reflective. And then up underneath, you do have the black, rubber sole, for the bottom portion of the sneaker. Going towards the rear, you do have the hit of that red suede, and you can see the black mesh coming from both sides. And then you do have some of that red, suede for the midsole, and then again you could actually see like the black pods up underneath there, and that's pretty much it for the back. Now going towards the bottom portion of the sneaker, it is supposed to be like a panther's paw, so to speak, and you do have the herringbone traction pods up here in the white going towards the upper portion towards the toe. You do have more of that herringbone traction going towards the heel of the sneaker. You have this hit of red here, and then it is like pretty much in all black. And then the mid portion of the sneaker, they do actually have like, this black carbon fiber, and you can actually see like, there are like some white dots there. Other than that, they do have like, this zoom air bubble here, and it is, clear. And up underneath, you can see that it's in red, and they do have the black Jordan Jumpman logo there. But other than that, that's pretty much it. Again, herringbone traction towards the bottom. But this is a solid Air Jordan 13 release, man. And again, they did retro this sneaker a few times. The left sneaker is pretty consistent with the right. Nothing too different on this sneaker. But if I were to actually rate this sneaker again, because it is one of my favorite Air Jordan 13 colorways, 10 out of 10. As far as sizing, the sneaker does fit just like, any other Air Jordan 13. Now for me, that's true to size. Now I will be honest, with Air Jordan 13s, they do tend to fit more, I want to say narrow than most, sneakers. So like if you do have like a wide foot, this is one of those ones where I would recommend probably going up like maybe like a half size. But for me, it's good to go stand true to size. But if you can like, get to a retailer and actually try the shoe on before you actually make a purchase, for sure, you definitely can try to do that. But at the end of the day, like for me, it's definitely true to size. The comfort, just like any other Air Jordan 13. I really didn't talk about the inside of the sneaker too much. I'm not going to pull it out, but the insole of the sneaker, it is all black, and they do have the red Jumpman logo there on the insole of the sneaker. But other than that, that's pretty much it. But I definitely want to take the time to shout out the vendor who actually gifted me these sneakers so I can get them on the channel to review for you guys. And I definitely want to thank you guys for always tuning in, and I do encourage you to always stay engaged. I can be reached on all social media platforms. I'm on Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, even here on YouTube. Everything is at the King of Soul. But before we go, I'm gonna definitely go ahead and give you guys a B-roll and a 360 like I always do. But there you go, Air Jordan 13 Retro Bred. And there's the front of the sneaker. Black tongue with the red Jumpman stitching on the tongue. There's the lateral side of the sneaker. Lateral side of the left. There's the bottom portion of the sneaker. Excellent sneaker, man. There's the medial side. And then there's the rear. But I thank you guys for always taking the time to tune in like always. But until next time, see you later.